Our stories, our voices, hidden in the shadows.
Much like we were, always pushed to the back, wrong and right.
Unable to hold up space because we have to keep it white.
This whitewashed world always ready to fight, but just can't seem to get our name right.
Let us introduce ourselves. We are
Darius Coleman.
Haley Blewett.
Joshua England.
Ashlyn Gary.
Joshua Hayes.
Imani Lecoq. And now here are the two black women who made it all happen. Kristina Hoskins and Imani Lecoq.
We will not be silenced. To us, for us, unheard voices of the dark.
When the birds of Eden sang?
1 3 centuries removed from the scene of his father's life. Spicy grove, cinnamon tree. What is Africa to me? So I lied. Who all day long want no sound except the song sung by wild barbaric birds, guarding massive jungle herds, jogging us the flesh that passed, trampling tall, defying grass where young forest levels lie, piping trumpet in the sky. So I lied. Who always hear though I cram against my ear both my thumbs and keep them there. Great drums travel through the air. So I lied. Who spunk the pride and dear distress enjoy a life my somber flesh and skin. With dark blood dim within like great ropes and ties of wine that I fear must burst to find channels of the chafing net, where they surge and foam and fret.
A book one thumb listlessly till slumber comes. I remember it arc her back, circling through the night her cats. Crouching in the river reeds, stalking gentle flesh that feeds. By the river brink no more does the bungle throated war. Cry that monarch claws have leapt from the scabbards where they slept. Silver snakes that once a year, ghostly lowly coats you wear. Seek no covert in your fear, lest the mortal eye can see.
What's your nakedness to me?
Here no leopards, flowers wear fierce corollas in the air. Here no bodies sleek or wet, dripping mingle rain and sweat. Thread measures of jungle boys and girls in love. What is last year's snow to me?
Last year's anything?
The tree budding yearly must forget how the past rose are set. Blow blossom, flower fruit. Even with shine bird with me, one that her travail there. Meekly labored in its hair.
1 3 centuries removed from the scene his father loved, spicy grove, cinnamon tree. What is Africa to me? So I lied. Who find no peace, night or day, no slight release. From the unremitted beat made like cruel padded feet. Up and down it goes and back, threading out a jungle's track. So I lied. Who never quite safely sleep from rain at all. I can never rest at all when the rain begins to fall. Like a soul gone mad with pain, I must match the refrain. Ever must I twist and smirn, withering like a baked worm. Why is proper metal strip? Do my body crime strip? Don't this with exuberance. Come and dance the lover's dance. In the old room away, rain waves told me not again, baby.
Queen! Outlandish heathen gods. Black men fashion out rods, clay, and brittle bits of stone in the likeness like their own.
Christ, preacher of humility, heathen gods are not to me.
Father, Son, Holy Ghost. So I'm the eye of voice. Jesus of the twice turned cheek, Lamb of God. Although I speak with my mouth thus, in my heart do I play a double part. Wishing he that I serve was black, thinking then it would like president of pain and guided. They will would have might ride it. Surely then this flesh will know that yours have born a kingdom woman. Lord, I fashioned dark gods too, daring even to give you dark despairing features, but crowned with dark rebellious hair. Patience wavers just as much as mortal grief compels, while touch is quick and hot of anger rises to smitten cheek and weary eyes. Lord, forgive me if my need sometimes shapes the human creed.
All day long and all night through, only one thing I must do. Quench my pride and cool my blood.
Lest I perish in a flood. Lest a hidden ember set tender than I thought was wet.
Burning like the driest flax, melting like the nearest wax.
Lest the brave story is dead. Not yet has my heart or head.
In a loose way, realize they and I are civilized.
No longer will we idly sit by and expect that you don't get it.
Why you wholeheartedly believe that someone that bears my reflection does not deserve the right to be upset. Why simply referring to it as to be upset is to be generous.
Yes, ma'am. You see, 400 plus years is not to be swept underneath the rug. 400 plus years is not a single moment in history. You see, 400 plus years, it is right now. It is our yesterday and it will be our tomorrow.
See, day after day, brown-stained skins leave the walls of their homes and go out into the Red Sea. That screams slaughter at every street.
Ancestors in one ear that say to stay strong. With you in the other telling me I'm doing black all right.
Black brothers and sisters, light years away, miseducated and led astray. We stepped into a system that was designed to keep us blind, built with the intention of pay for crime.
You see, before the colonizers came, your last we were on our necks, taking breath out of God's hands. Remember, we once stood as people. Understand we are the descendants of Africa's finest.
See, the captured souls of scientists, scholars, leaders, and mathematicians.
They're both set down, stepping foot onto our sacred land, snatching mothers from children.
The black whip lashed across the face of the black sun at the white hand that was there with a gun and said to himself, yes,
Take down every sign of progression. Burn in Tulsa, beat in Selma, left for dead in Detroit. Leader set up by the CIA.
Assassinated. Killing any attempt to our freedom. Burnt out bodies screaming we done it. Death replacing optimism.
Hold up. Let us redefine an act of activism. We beat the drum of a new generation. So kill, murder, and slaughter us at your own will. Because you know what? Revolution will be televised.
Right when y'all are ready to open your eyes, no need to play dumb. Our blood, sweat, and tears will change the outcome.
Your ignorance can no longer be bliss.
When
My black life.
it's a daily reminder of the trauma.
A revolutionary.
A revolutionary!
A revolutionary.
A revolutionary!
A revolutionary.
Brought here in slave ships and pitched overboard.
Love your enemy.
Language taken away, culture taken away.
Love your enemy.
Work from sun up to sundown.
Love your enemy.
Last hire, first fire. Love your enemy. Love your enemy.
Lynch your father.
Love your enemy.
Bomb your churches.
Love your enemy.
Kill your children. Love your enemy.
Forced to fight his wars.
Love your enemy.
Pay the highest rent.
Love your enemy.
Sell you rotten food.
Love your enemy.
Forced to live in the slums. Love your enemy.
Dilapidated schools.
Love your enemy.
Beaten by dogs.
Love your enemy.
Put you in jail.
Love your enemy.
Water hose you down. Love your enemy.
Love.
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 Love. Love.
For everybody else.
But when will we love ourselves?
My friend, they don't care if you're an individualist, a leftist, a rightist, a shithead, or a snake. They will exploit you,
Observe.
confine you,
Disconnect you.
isolate you, or kill you. And you will disappear into your own rage, into your own insanity, into your own poverty, into a word, a phrase, a slogan, a cartoon, and then ashes.
The ruling class will tell you there is no ruling class, as they organize their liberal supporters into white supremacist lynch mobs, organize their children into Ku Klux Klan gangs, organize their police into killer cops, organize their propaganda into a device to ostracize us with angel dust, preoccupy us with Western tools and African hairstyles, inoculate us with hate, institutionalize us with ignorance, hypnotize us with a monotonous sound design to invade reality and stomp our lives away. And we are programmed to self-destruct, to fragment, to be buried under covert intelligence of unintelligence committed impulse toward death, and there it is.
The enemy's cautionary opinions between oil wells at the Pentagon, the bulldozers sweeping into demolition bases, the old folks dying of starvation, the informers wearing out shoes looking for crumbs, the life blood of earth almost dead in the gritty miles of impurity.
And my friend, they don't care if you're an individualist, a leftist, a rightist, a shithead, or a snake. They will spray you with a virus of visionary disease, fill your nostrils with swine flu of their arrogance, stuff your body into a tampon of toxic shock syndrome, try to pump all the resources of the world into their own veins, and fly off into the wild blue wander to pollute another thing.
And if we don't fight, if we don't resist, if we don't organize and unify and get the power we need to control our own lives, then we will wear the exaggerated look of captivity, the stylized look of submission, the bizarre look of suicide, the humanized look of fear, and the composed look of oppression, forever and ever and ever. And there it is.
Mother dear, may I go downtown instead of out to play and march in the streets of Birmingham in the Freedom March today?
No, baby, no. You may not go. For the dogs are fierce and wild. And clubs and horses and guns and jails aren't good for a little child.
But Mother, I won't be alone. Other children will be with me and march in the streets of Birmingham to make our country free.
No, baby, no. You may not go. For I fear those guns will fire. But you could go to the church instead and sing in the children's choir.
She has combed and brushed her night dark hair, bathed rose petals sweet, and drawn white gloves on her small brown hands, and black shoes on her feet. The mother smiled to know her child was in a sacred place. But that smile was the last smile to come upon her face. For when she heard the explosion, her eyes grew wet.
my baby. But baby, where are you?
However the image enters, a force remains within my eyes. Rocks during caves where dragonfish evolved. Wildlife, relentless and inquisitive, learning to survive where there is no food. My eyes are always hungry and remembering. However the image enters, a force remains. The white woman sends breath and empty. A black boy hacked into a murderous lesson, will call in me forever, like a lurch on earth on the edge of sleep, etched into my visions. For food of dragonfish that learn to live upon whatever they must eat, fuse images beneath my pain.
The Pearl River floods through the streets of Jackson, a Mississippi summer televised. Trap houses kneels like sinners in the rain. A white woman climbs from her roof onto a passing boat. Her fingers tarry for a moment on the chimney, now awash, tearless and no longer young. She holds a tattered baby's blanket in her arms. In a flickering after image of the nightmare's reign, a microphone thrust up against her flat, bewildered words.
We just came back from the bank yesterday, borrowing money to pay the income tax. Now everything's gone. I never knew it could be so hard.
Despair weighs down on her voice like Pearl River mud caked around the edges. Her pale eyes scanning the camera for help or explanation, unanswered. She shifts her search across the water street, dried-eyed.
Hard, but not this hard.
Two tow-headed children hurl themselves against her, hanging upon her coat like mirrors, until a man with ham-like hands pulls her aside, snarling.
She ain't got nothing more to say.
And that lie hangs in his mouth like a shred of rotting meat.
I inherited Jackson, Mississippi. For my majority, gave me immaterial. His 15 years puffed out like bruises on plump boy cheeks. His only Mississippi summer, whistling a 21-gun salute to Dixie as a white girl passed him in the street. And he was baptized. My son forever in the midnight waters of the Pearl. His broken body in the after-image of my 21st year when I walked through a northern summer. My eyes averted from each corner's photographies, protests, posters, newspapers, magazines, police story confidential, true. The avid insistence of detail pretending insight or information. The length of gash across the dead boy's loins. His grieving mother's lamentation. His severed lips. How many burns? His gouged out eyes so shut upon the screaming covers. Louder than life. All over. The bell warning, the secret relish of a black child's mutilated body fingered by street corners' eyes. Bruise upon livid bruise. And wherever I looked that summer, I learned to be at home with children's blood, with savory violence, with pictures of black, broken flesh, used, crumpled, discarded, lying amid the sidewalk refused like a rape woman's face. A black boy from Chicago whistled on the streets of Jackson, Mississippi, testing what he'd been taught was a manly thing to do. His teachers ripped his eyes out, his sex, his tongue, and flung him to the Pearl, weighted with stone in the name of white womanhood. They took their aroused honor back to Jackson, celebrated in the whorehouse. The ritual of white manhood confirmed.
If earth and air and water do not judge them, then who are we to refuse a crust of bread?
Emmett Till rides the crest of the pearl, whistling. 24 years his ghost lays like the shade of a raped woman, and a white girl has grown older in her costly honor. What did she pay to never know its price? Not a pearl river speaks its muddy judgment, and I can withhold my pity and my bread.
Hard. But not this hard.
Her face is flat, with resignation and despair, with ancient and familiar sorrows. A woman surveying her crumbled life as the white girl, besmirched by Emmett's whistle, never allowed her own tongue, without power or conclusion, unvoiced. She stands adrift in the ruins of her honor. A man with an executioner's face pulls her away. Within my eyes, the flickering after images of a nightmare's reign. A woman wrings her hands beneath the weight of agonies remembered. I wade through summer's ghosts, betrayed by my visions, hers and my own. The horrors we are living, with tortured lungs, adapting to bleed blood. A woman measured her life's damage. My eyes are caved, chunks of etched rock tied to a black boy's ghost, whistling, crying, frightened. Her two toe-headed children cluster like little mirrors of despair, their father's hands upon them, and soundlessly, a woman begins to weep.
Unapologetic, black brothers and sisters reign on their parade. Our black parade is rising and will never fade.
What is a black man? He is a king whose skin should be seen for its power and not a weapon of deceit. Our young black men are angry and have this oppressive rage, not just because their mothers are worried about them becoming of age.
We a target, shot in the back, just like that kid to me. We can't dispute about that.
Nah, we the animals. We the dogs. We the niggas. No, we the niggers that listen to hip-hop, smoke weed, and drink alcohol. Thugs and gangsters.
They're protective shield compared to my visual suit.
The one that coming all black?
Don't shoot. Siren sounded, cops surrounded, both hands on the steering wheel. My central intelligence and awakening fear is that this cop don't give a damn what he about to hear.
Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Sandy Bond too. A cop look you dead in the eyes and say, that is it.
We will march the streets, scream Black Lives Matter. No blue lives are all lives matter.
Even with us or against us, ain't no in between. So land be free. We are one. Ain't no unity. Remember, no justice, no peace.
We fight for hours of what they need.
Upset is an understatement. Angry is okay. Outrage over the treatment we get is icing on the cake.
Some say they worship the Lord, but he is brown skinned. They just can't believe that he's not one of them.
So my young black brothers, under the moonlight so blue, hold your head up high and show them diligence, so they will call you boy and respect you.
So we will march to beat of our ancestors' heart. To protest, to scream, to be vote, not set apart. Saying Black Lives Matter in the white man's world who tries to keep us in chains. Our freedom is worth more, and they'll never feel our pain.
Save our brothers and sisters.
Say it loud.
I'm black and I'm proud.
Golden sunflower,
Chocolate goddess, honeydew drop,
Shea butter babies.
My black queens. The way your skin shines, it was designed to be seen.
pick up a magazine and it's me, you'll see.
Don't understand yet? Let's take it back to slavery. When Master took a sweet young brown thing away, like many others, to be raped.
introducing the mulatto,
A mixed race.
the start of a skin tone debate, brought up to believe that the lightness of their skin put them in the position to win.
My hair, my size, my eyes, my skin. Melanin worth more than gold yet mistaken for sin.
But you know they be like, oh, you're pretty for a black girl.
You think that's a compliment? Or the, can I touch your hair?
Nah, I ain't part of them zoos from way back when. Oh, when they be like, this is my favorite. Are those your real eyes?
Yes! The same eyes your ancestors had when y'all raped them. Or the, have you had any work done?
Nah, love, I'm just the blueprint, the model of perfection for your trend.
Yeah, them cornrows? Take that shit up out your head. Your hair don't have the kinks and the codes to hold our history.
Grains of rice stored in our braids just so mamas won't have to worry about us being fed.
One color is all we got? No, baby. Red, blonde, and ginger can cover my scalp. You think I can't have hair down my back? Or you think the only words that can hurt me is she can't have long hair because she's black?
The black woman is supposed to have the butt, the hips, the slim waist, and the boobs.
Thick thighs save lives as long as the gut is not thrown in with this prize. My fingers are sculpture crafted by God, enough to catch your eye.
But the image you place in your head is a thing of make-believe. Mistaking me for a piece of robbery?
Damn, shorty, that ass fat.
Nigga, please!
That is no way
to speak to a queen.
Golden sunflower,
Chocolate goddess,
Honeydew drop,
Shea butter babies.
My black queens. They may try to replace us.
Place a societal view that makes them hate us.
but our body is a temple. We'll never be outdated.
Wait. If we go, who will they follow?
You know
That's a good question. Why you think about it? Because like, don't add up. Like, oh my God.
What had happened was like, you know, we was going to the store and like shot the whole time. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I said, she was on one shot of curtain.
Beautiful black women. Fail, they die.
Stop them.
Rain.
They are so beautiful. We want them with us.
Stop them.
Rain. Beautiful. Stop raining. They failed. We failed them and their lipstick out perpetually at our weakness.
Rain. Stop them.
Black queens, whoopie dee weeps at the window. Rain, being lost in her life, being what we all will be, sentimental, bitter, frustrated, deprived of her fullest life.
Beautiful black queen. It's still raining in this terrible land. We need you. We flex our muscles, turn to stare at our tormentor. We need you. Rain.
We need you. Rain it, Black Queen. This terrible black lady's wine. Ruby D weeps. The windows. Rain. She calls and her voice is left to hurt us slowly. It hangs against the same wet glass. And the trip. And the lost heat. And the great cold. Buildings of our entrapment.
Ladies. Women.
We need you.
We are still trapped and weak, but we build and grow heady with our knowledge.
Women,
Come to us.
help us get back what was always ours. Help us. Women, where are you?
Women, where?
And who?
And where?
And who?
And will you help us?
Will you open up your body so?
Will you lift me up, mother?
Will you let me help you? Daughter.
Wife. Lover. Will you?
So, like, I don't really understand why Black people say that we steal everything from them. Like, how can you own a hairstyle?
We are the founders. Without us, what would y'all have? Our culture? Our thoughts? Our dreams? Are more creative than y'all make it seem.
You take our music and our sound and make it your own. Oh, that's good. Let's change it up a bit. Now let's see. You think because you slowed it down and added a beat it makes it unique? It's like finding something that was already there. Like Christopher Columbus. And boom, you're a billionaire.
Let me tell you, or educate you on the things you would not have if it was not for us. Let's start with the clock.
We make time easy.
Or the electric lamp.
But you still can't see me. Just give us credit where credit's due. You think we're only looking forward to be appreciated by you?
We stand out.
But y'all see nothing.
We stand out, but y'all hear nothing.
We stand out, but y'all say nothing.
Take that back. We stand out. But y'all do all three. It's a hard knock life for someone who says it's so easy.
We're saying all this to say the things we do are taken from us because they know they're great. But when it comes to portraying us, we're seen a completely different way.
Not the one that made the music, that made the moves, that made the songs, that made the fruit.
So yes, we are doctors, nurses, teachers, and professors too. And the fact that we have to say to just proves our loyalty.
Human. That's what we'll be represented as. Like we can't do nothing nobody else do.
But no, then that wouldn't be right.
No, then that means we'll be represented as humans. Just like
you.
Sometimes I wonder what to say to you now, in the soft afternoon air as you hold us all in a sea of death. I say, where's your fire? I say,
Where's your fire? You better find it and pass it on.
You gotta find it and pass it on. From you to me, from me to you, from him to her, from the brother to the sister, from the father to the son, from the daughter to the mother, from the mother to the child.
where's your fire? I say, where's your fire? Can't you smell it coming out of our past? The fire of living, not dying. The fire of loving, not killing. The fire of blackness, not against the shadows. What is our beautiful fire that gave light to the world?
The fire of pyramids. The fire that burned through the hulls of slave ships and made us breathe.
The fire that turned guts into chitlins. The fire that made rhythms into jazz.
The fire of sit-ins and marches that made us jump boundaries and barriers. The fire that took street talk sounds and made righteous Imhotep rappers. Where's your fire? The torch of life. Full of Nzinga and Nat Turner and Garvey and Fane Bloom Hamer and Du Bois and Martin and Malcolm and Mandela.
Don't kill.
Hold your fire.
Don't kill.
Learn your fire.
Don't kill.
Feed the fire.
Don't kill.
Touch the fire and burn with eyes that see our souls.
Walking.
Singing.
Building.
Laughing.
Learning.
Loving. Teaching.
Being.
Hey! Brother. Brother.
Sister. Sister.
Here is my hand. Catch the fire and live.
Live. Live.
Live. Live. Live. Live.
Live.
Live.
Live. Live. Live. Live. Live. Live. Live. Live. Live. Live. Live. Live.
Live.
Live. Live. Live.
Live.
Live.
I'm going back to the south. I'm going back, 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 back. Where my roots ain't watered down. Growing like a baobab tree of life on fertile ground. My ancestor put me on game. On charm, on gold chains. With my old shoe energy. Drip all on me. Uncle da she keep it. Holla, donuts, skylight, such a non-chopper instant. Yeah, pure ice, 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 ice. Bust down, flood it. Flood it, on my wrist out. Going up, motherland, drip on me. Melanin, my drip is skin deep like motherland, drip on me. I can't forget my history.
I'm like, who gonna get up? Do it again.
This should not be this hard. Come on, man.
Like, that's good. I wanted that. But I also wanted to get Josh, and then Mitch, and then the Snatch. But it was
So wait, okay. So you want this shot?
Yeah.
But you also want a picture of Josh?
I wanted their close, his close up.
Y'all ready to do this thing for like
Go figure, me and Jigga 50 11 cheering, they like chick how I charge my crystals in
Yeah.
Take it as a warning. Ice beats from your
Yo, mom. Do it right.
Pandemic fly on a runway. My hair's not children running through the house and my art all black and
High styles, every shoe, every color. And when your favorites, it can be kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's really you, but no one ever discovers.
Uh-huh.
Who